Have you ever noticed how a calm mind can change everything? It's like finding a quiet garden in the middle of a bustling city. This internal stillness, this peace, is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a profound way of experiencing life. Welcome to the One Level Up community. Let's get into it. When you cultivate this centeredness, your entire world begins to shift. Decisions become clearer. Your interactions with others become more meaningful. You start to see challenges not as overwhelming obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. This peace becomes the foundation upon which you build a more purposeful and joyful existence, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Protecting this inner peace is one of the most vital practices we can adopt. Think about it. Life will always present us with moments of noise, of chaos, of external pressures. If our internal state is easily disturbed, we become like a ship tossed around in a storm with no anchor. But when we prioritize our peace, we become the calm eye of that storm. We learn to observe the turbulence without being consumed by it. This doesn't mean we become unfeeling or detached. Instead, it means we become more resilient, more present, and ultimately more capable of offering our best selves to the world around us. This journey towards inner peace transforms our relationships in beautiful ways. When we are at peace with ourselves, we no longer seek validation or conflict from others to feel alive or connected. We approach people from a place of fullness, not emptiness. This means our connections become less about what we can get and more about what we can genuinely share. Imagine the depth of relationships built on mutual respect for each other's tranquility, rather than on a constant need for drama or emotional upheaval. This is the power of a protected peace, influencing how we love and connect. Ultimately, choosing to stay centered is an act of profound self-awareness and self-compassion. It's recognizing that your well-being matters deeply. It's understanding that your energy is precious and deciding where you want to invest it. As you consistently choose peace, you'll find that your capacity for joy, for empathy, and for understanding expands. Life doesn't necessarily become free of challenges, but your ability to meet those challenges from a place of strength and serenity grows exponentially. This commitment to your inner calm is truly a life-altering path, one that leads to a more authentic and fulfilling experience every single day. It's a common theme in movies and songs, sometimes even in the stories we hear from friends or family. This idea that intense arguments, dramatic reconciliations, and a constant whirlwind of emotions are signs of deep passion and love. Some people genuinely believe that if there isn't a fiery dynamic, if things are too calm, then the connection mustn't be strong enough. They might say, "We fight hard, but we love hard." This belief often stems from a misunderstanding of what true intimacy and connection really look like. It confuses turbulence with depth and chaos with care. This misconception can be incredibly unhealthy. Relationships built on a foundation of constant drama are often exhausting and emotionally draining. Think about the energy it takes to navigate frequent conflicts, to always be on edge, wondering when the next emotional explosion will occur. While passion is indeed a wonderful part of love, it shouldn't be equated with volatility. Healthy passion energizes. It doesn't deplete. It inspires growth and connection, not fear or instability. True love should feel like a safe harbor, a place of understanding and support, not a battlefield where you constantly have to just prove your affection through intense displays. Why do some people fall into this pattern of thinking? Sometimes it's what they've observed growing up. If their early experiences of relationships involved a lot of conflict, they might unconsciously replicate that model, believing it to be normal. Others might fear that calmness equates to boredom or indifference. They might crave the adrenaline rush that comes with intense emotions, mistaking that feeling for genuine connection. It's important to gently question these beliefs. Is this pattern truly serving me? Does this intensity bring me lasting happiness or just temporary emotional highs followed by inevitable lows? Recognizing that peace and stability are hallmarks of a healthy, loving connection is a crucial step towards emotional well-being. A relationship where you can be your authentic self, where disagreements are handled with respect and a desire for understanding, is far more enriching in the long run. It allows for genuine intimacy to flourish, an intimacy built on trust, security, and mutual care, not on the fragile excitement of constant upheaval. Love, in its most profound form, brings a sense of calm and assurance, a feeling of coming home, not a perpetual state of alert. To effectively protect your peace, it's essential to recognize the common ways it can be disturbed and by whom. These individuals, often unintentionally, can act as peace stealers. One common type is the drama creator. These are people who seem to thrive on turmoil. If there isn't a crisis, they might subtly or not so subtly create one. They might amplify small issues into major problems, gossip excessively, or constantly share negative stories. Being around them can feel like being caught in a never-ending soap opera, leaving you feeling agitated and drained simply by association with their self-generated storms. Then there are the boundary pushers. These individuals consistently test your limits, even after you've clearly communicated them. They might ask for favors you're uncomfortable with, invade your personal space, or disregard your time and energy. They may not always do this with malicious intent. Sometimes it's a lack of awareness or a different understanding of personal space. However, the impact is the same. You feel encroached upon, disrespected, and your sense of inner calm is eroded as you constantly have to reassert your needs. Protecting your peace from them requires firm yet kind reinforcement of your boundaries. We also encounter reaction seekers. These people often feel validated or powerful when they can provoke an emotional response in others. They might make provocative statements, tease, or push your buttons intentionally just to see you react. Engaging with them, especially with anger or frustration, only feeds into their pattern. Your emotional response becomes their reward. Learning to stay neutral and unresponsive to their attempts to stir you up is key to disarming them and preserving your own tranquility. It's about not giving away your emotional remote control. Finally, consider energy vampires and drama validators. Energy vampires are individuals who consistently leave you feeling depleted after an interaction, often through excessive complaining, negativity, or neediness, without offering reciprocal support. Drama validators, on the other hand, might not create drama themselves, but will eagerly listen to, encourage, and affirm those who do, thereby perpetuating the cycle. They might offer an ear, but also subtly encourage the escalation. Recognizing these patterns in others allows you to consciously choose how much energy and engagement you offer, safeguarding your precious inner peace. Many people mistakenly believe that a strong reaction, like, a loud voice or a forceful argument, somehow signifies strength or passion. But honestly, true strength often lies in the quiet ability to remain centered and calm, especially when you're faced with provocation or chaos. Choosing not to engage in drama or not to escalate a conflict isn't a sign of weakness or indifference at all. Instead, it's actually a profound demonstration of emotional intelligence and self-mastery. It shows that you're in control of your own emotions, rather than letting external circumstances or other people dictate your inner state. This is a powerful stance. This ability to maintain composure is deeply rooted in self-love and self-respect. When you truly value your inner peace, you just become less willing to sacrifice it for the sake of winning an argument or proving a point. You recognize that your emotional well-being is way more important than being right in a conflict. This internal validation means you don't need to seek it externally through aggressive displays. You understand that protecting your energy is a fundamental act of caring for yourself, making sure you have the resilience to face life's real challenges with grace. Moreover, staying calm allows you to think more clearly and respond more thoughtfully. When emotions run high, our rational thinking can get pretty clouded. We might say or do things we later regret. By cultivating calmness, you create a space between a stimulus and your response. And in that space lies your power to choose a constructive path, one that aligns with your values and your desire for peaceful interactions. This thoughtful responsiveness, instead of impulsive reactivity, is really a hallmark of emotional maturity and a skill that benefits not just you, but everyone you interact with. Consider also that your calm demeanor can have a positive ripple effect on others. When one person in a tense situation remains grounded, it can often help to de-escalate the entire environment. Your peaceful presence can be a silent invitation for others to find their own center. This isn't about being passive. It's about being a powerful, peaceful presence. It's a form of leadership that doesn't require noise or aggression, but rather the quiet confidence that comes from a deep connection to your own inner peace and a genuine care for harmonious outcomes. Protecting your peace doesn't require grand gestures. It often comes down to small, consistent actions in your everyday life. One of the most powerful tools is to pause before reacting. When someone says or does something that triggers you, try to resist the immediate urge to respond. Just take a breath. Even one conscious inhalation and exhalation can create enough space to choose a more measured reply, or honestly to realize that no reply is needed at all. This pause is your moment to reclaim your power and decide if engaging will serve your peace or disturb it. It's a simple habit, but it can profoundly change your interactions. Another effective strategy is to redirect conversations. If you find yourself in a discussion that's becoming overly negative, gossipy, or heated, just gently try to steer it towards a more neutral or positive topic. You don't have to be abrupt. You could say something like, "That's a lot to think about. On a different note, did you hear about," or "I understand things are frustrating. Perhaps we could focus on potential solutions." This shows you're listening, but you're also actively managing the energetic tone of the interaction, guiding it away from a peace-disturbing spiral. Setting and maintaining clear boundaries is absolutely fundamental. This means knowing your limits and communicating them kindly but firmly. For example, if a friend constantly calls to complain for hours, you might say, "I care about you, and I have about 20 minutes to talk right now." Or, if someone tries to draw you into gossip, you can state, I prefer not to discuss people when they're not here. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about protecting your own well-being and energy so you can engage in healthier ways. They teach others how you expect to be treated. Lastly, make a habit of checking in with your own emotions. Throughout the day, take small moments to notice how you're feeling. Are you tense, anxious, irritated? Recognizing these feelings early allows you to address them before they escalate. Maybe you need a short walk, a few minutes of quiet, or to listen to a calming piece of music. By becoming more attuned to your internal state, you can proactively take steps to restore your peace before external events or people have a chance to disrupt it significantly. This self-awareness is really your internal compass guiding you back to calm. Sometimes, when you choose not to engage in drama or arguments, others might misinterpret your calmness. They might accuse you of not caring, of being indifferent, or even of being aloof. This can be challenging, especially when it comes from people you care about. It's important to remember that their reaction is often a reflection of their own expectations or their way of processing emotions, rather than an accurate assessment of your feelings. You can care deeply without participating in chaotic expressions of that care. Your peace doesn't negate your empathy. When faced with such accusations, try to respond calmly and clearly without becoming defensive. You could say something like, "I understand why you might feel that way, but my choosing to stay calm doesn't mean I don't care. I actually care very much, and I find I can think more clearly and be more supportive when I'm not caught up in intense emotions." This helps to explain then your intention and your approach. You're validating their perception while gently correcting the misinterpretation of your behavior, reinforcing that your calm is a choice, not a lack of feeling. It's also helpful to recognize some people are just accustomed to connection through conflict. If they're used to relationships where love is expressed through passionate arguments or intense emotional displays, your peaceful demeanor might genuinely confuse them. They might not know how to interpret care when it's offered quietly and steadily. In these situations, your consistent calmness, paired with clear communication of your affection and support in your own way, can slowly help them see that love and care can exist beautifully without the need for turmoil. Remember, you are not responsible for managing other people's emotional reactions to your boundaries or your choices, as long as you're acting with integrity and kindness. If someone persistently accuses you of not caring simply because you refuse to be drawn into their chaos, it might be a sign that your approaches to emotional expression are fundamentally different. You can continue to offer your care in a way that honors your peace and trust that those who truly want a healthy connection with you will eventually understand and respect your way of being. Your commitment to maintaining your inner peace does more than just protect you. It subtly teaches others how to interact with you. When you consistently respond to potential drama with calm and clarity, you set a standard. People learn that to engage with you meaningfully, they need to meet you in that space of respect and composure. Those who thrive on chaos might find less satisfaction in interacting with you if you don't provide the emotional fireworks they seek, and they may naturally drift away or adapt their approach. This isn't about changing others, but about being true to your own needs. This approach helps to build stronger, healthier connections. Relationships founded on mutual respect for each other's peace are inherently more stable and nurturing. When disagreements arise, as they inevitably do, they can be addressed constructively without devolving into battles that leave everyone feeling wounded. By modeling calm communication, you invite others to do the same. You create an environment where vulnerability is safe, where listening is valued, and where solutions are sought collaboratively, rather than through emotional coercion or dramatic displays. This is the foundation of truly resilient bonds. Ultimately, the journey to protect your peace is an ongoing practice of self-love and an invitation to deeper, more authentic relationships. Cherish your tranquility. Guard it as you would a precious gift, because it is. It is the wellspring of your strength, your clarity, and your ability to connect with others from a place of wholeness. Remember that real love, true friendship, and genuine connection do not require you to sacrifice your serenity. Instead, they honor it. They flourish in the calm, open space you create within and around you. So continue to cultivate that inner garden of peace. Nurture it daily with mindful choices and gentle boundaries. Understand that your calm is not a void, but a full and powerful presence. It is a testament to your emotional wisdom and your commitment to living a life aligned with your deepest values. As you walk this path, you will not only find greater personal fulfillment, but you will also become a quiet beacon, inspiring others to discover the profound strength and beauty that lies in their own protected peace. True relationships will celebrate your calm, not fuel your chaos.